It begins quietly, not with explosions, not with sirens, but with a man in a garden. Water flows from a hose onto green leaves. Birds move through the trees. The morning air is calm. Inside the house, a small meeting is taking place. Trusted allies, old comrades. But everyone in that room knows something. They know the satellites are watching. They know the intelligence agencies are tracking every move. They know that somewhere in a command center far away, people are deciding whether today is the day. Because the man in that house is being hunted. For years. By Donald Trump, by United States, and by Israel. But the man himself seems calm. Because in his mind, the outcome is already decided. If he survives, he continues his mission. If he dies, he becomes something even more powerful. A martyr. And in the culture he comes from, martyrdom is not failure. It is victory. Then the moment comes. High above the sky, unseen aircraft move into position. Coordinates are confirmed. The command is given. Missiles strike the residence. Within seconds, the house is gone. The target is dead. In Washington and Tel Aviv, some planners believe they have just won a strategic victory. They believe removing this figure will weaken the system around him. They believe the people will rise up. They believe protests will erupt against their own government. But they misunderstand something fundamental. Something centuries old. Instead of chaos, something else happens. The streets begin to fill. At first thousands, then hundreds of thousands, then millions. But they're not chanting against their leaders. They're chanting something else. Long live the martyr Khomeini. Long live the martyr Khomeini. Long live the martyr Khomeini. To outsiders, this reaction is confusing. Why would the death of a leader strengthen the movement around him? The answer lies more than 1,300 years in the past. In the year 680, a man named Hussein ibn Ali stood with a small group of followers against a powerful army. He knew he would lose. He knew he would die. But he refused to surrender. That confrontation became one of the most defining moments in Islamic history, the Battle of Karbala. For Shiite Muslims, Karbala represents something profound. The belief that standing against overwhelming power, even in defeat, is the ultimate act of faith. Every year during Ashura, millions remember that sacrifice. They mourn, they reflect, and they renew the idea that suffering for a just cause gives life meaning. So, when someone they see as a defender is killed, the story of Karbala echoes again. The death does not weaken the movement. It strengthens it. The person is no longer just a leader. He becomes a symbol. And symbols are far harder to defeat. Imagine trying to turn a population against its government, and the first thing you do is kill someone many of them revere. It would be like trying to provoke Russians against their state by assassinating the leader of the Russian Orthodox Church. Or trying to push Catholics into rebellion by killing the Pope Francis. Instead of rebellion, you would likely create unity. And that is exactly what happened. Instead of dividing the country, the strike united it. More than anything before. Because nothing brings people together faster than a shared sense of loss. And in that moment, the conflict changed. The battlefield was no longer just military. It became psychological, spiritual, historical. Because when a man becomes a martyr, he can no longer be defeated. And that is why some wars are not lost on the battlefield. They are lost on the very first strike.